Hey guys, it's Hayes with CheatSheetPros.com, and today we're going to take a look at the MLB slate. It is May 20th, it is Tuesday, and all of our games start at 5:40 or later. So as always, when you open up the MLB cheat sheet, we're going to flip down here and look at all of the games. I typically go to the betting board and scroll down here. The main things I'm looking at is the power ranking, the bullpen ranking, the last 10, and then I'm going to look at the pitchers. If you just want a quick synopsis of what they're doing, look at the hits per innings pitched. If you want to factor in walks, look at the whip. And then you got a quick look at the earned runs and hits allowed over those last games. And then you can see the last 3 starts. And then if you want to know how the team is doing as far as scoring runs and production, we have a quick look at their last 6 games here along with the average. So anyways, flipping down through here, I've spent a lot of time today. I've posted some plays. We hit our ladder challenge yesterday, and so now we're doing our second one, which we posted the second step. It's like plus 137, and it has a pitching out prop, a hits allowed prop, and then 2 legs on a same game parlay in the NBA game tonight, and it pays plus 137. So that's our step 2. We're all in and rolling that over, so let's give it a shot. Breaking down this slate, let's go ahead and start looking down these games. As always, when you're over here on the main tab, you can come in here, click inside the home team. You have this little caret drop down, and you can flip through the games. So I'm just going to flip through some of these and give you my thoughts and opinions. I've watched some of the money come in. I've taken some time today to put some of these bets together. So, for example, when I first look at this game, I'm like, okay, this is an insta play against Pitt. Pitt's awful. They're horrible. They're 30th in our power ranking. They've lost 4 games in a row. Cincinnati's won 5 games in a row. So, yes, I don't think the line's very high. I would lean Cincy. However, I faded this one, and this is why. When we come down here and we look at Bailey Falter, look at his home split. So he's allowing a 299 average on the road and only a 163 at home with a 0.79 whip. So that kind of jumped out at me, like maybe they struggle a little bit going up against him today. They did face him back here. They only had 3 hits, 3 runs, but he did struggle and had 5 walks. So Bailey Falter, one of his things is he can walk a lot of batters. So we have a 5-walk game, a 5-walk game, 2-2-2. So he can get himself in trouble. But these last 3 games, he's been really good. He's played the Padres, the Braves, and the Mets, so good teams. And he's only allowed 3, 2, and 2 hits, 0, 0, and 1 run. So he's allowed 1 earned run over his last 3 games. Now, I'm not going to back Pitt, but this could be a tough matchup for Cincinnati. On the other side, Nick Martinez, he struggled on the road. Pitt sucks, and Nick Martinez is struggling on the road. This year, he's got a 307 batting average that he is allowed. So that kind of jumped out at me. His last road game, he allowed 10 hits and 3 runs. His prior road game, 5 hits, 2 runs, and then 7 hits, 4 runs. So a lot of money came in on Cincy, but I said, you know what? I'm just going to stay away from this game. Miami, Chicago, kind of the same way. Miami's getting hot. They've won 4 or 5 games, and look at this. 8 runs, 9 runs, 5 runs. They've been putting some runs on the board. These 2 pitchers, I don't really want anything to do with them. Nothing on this game really jumped out at me that I saw an edge that we could jump onto. Boston Mets, that'll be a back and forth series. Didn't want anything to do with that. Atlanta, I do like Atlanta. This is one of the first games that did jump out at me. You can see here they've won 3 of the last 4, 5 of the last 7. They've been doing really well, but keep in mind they did play Washington. Well, actually, they just played this 4-game series against Washington and beat them 3 out of 4, but keep in mind these games were close. 5-2, 5-4, 5-2, 4-3. So they are not good on the run line, and this line was like minus 185. So you have to be really careful and either attack like a first 5-run line to be up by 1 run after 5 innings, or go the game line and parlay it with something else. I don't mind the game line because we have an edge on the bullpen here. We can see the Atlanta bullpen is about a run and a half better than Washington. Now, Washington has won 3 games in a row, but they beat Baltimore, and Baltimore sucks, so I'm not really worried about that. What does jump out at me is the starting pitchers. So Spencer Strider, he's an ace. He's just getting started. He has 1 start under his belt. He went 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs. You know, he's getting his feet wet. Decent bullpen behind him. I'm good with that. Mitchell Parker, on the other hand, is the one that I want to attack. He downright stinks. So you look at his stats here, and they look decent. His whip's a little high. He doesn't really strike people out. Last year, he gave up a 282 average to lefties, 251 to righties, 256 overall, 297 on the road, little better, 230 at home. So we can say he is better at home. He did just face Atlanta, went 5.2 innings, gave up 4 hits, 4 runs, walked 2. So we can say Atlanta's probably going to put up a couple of runs. But what jumps out at me is these last 4 starts, he's allowed 4 earned runs, 4 earned runs, 5 earned runs, 6 earned runs, and then 4-7 hits, and then 2-2-4-5 walks. So at least 2 walks in every game, at least 4 hits in every game. So I like Atlanta here. That's one that did jump out at me, but be careful if you go with the run line, because I don't think they are very good on the run line. Up here on the run line, they are 22 and 25, so they only hit that 47% of the time, so be very careful there. Flipping down, Yankees, Texas, I have lots of opinions on that game, but I'm going to stay away from it for time's sake. Houston, Tampa, got a pitcher that hasn't really done a lot. San Diego, Toronto, this is one game I wanted to jump in and go with San Diego, but they've lost the last 3 games and only put up 1 run in each of those, so I decided to go ahead and kind of shy away from this. Although Bassett has been up and down, he's given up a lot of hits though. 7, 8, 7, 6, 7 hits. So San Diego could get to him and slap him around a little bit. Dylan Cease has been rock solid. He's got 2 earned runs or less in 6 straight starts. He did get blown up 7 starts ago, but that's just part of what Cease does. 245 average he's allowing, not terrible, so I would lean San Diego here, but I didn't like the line, so I went ahead and decided to stay away from that one. Flipping down here, Minnesota, Cleveland. Minnesota finally lost the game 5-2. I think they'd won 12 or 13 in a row before they lost that one. Ober and Logan Allen, I'm going to stay away from. Nothing really jumped out there to me. Milwaukee, Baltimore. One thing that did jump out here that Ben brought up in our chat, and I believe he was talking about Logan Allen and his K prop. So his K prop was like 5+ or 5.5, and he's got 16 in his first 2 starts. That is absolutely phenomenal. So he is included in my ladder step 2 parlay that I did today, but I went with a different bet. But take a look at his prop: 7 Ks, 9 Ks, 7 Ks in 5 innings, 9 Ks in 6 innings. That's phenomenal. And then if you come over here to the pitchers and you go over here to, where are we going to go? We'll just go average Ks. He's going to come up as second. So his prop is 5.5. He's been over it 100% of the time. And then this is the key number you're going to look at right here. His opponent team over the last 2 weeks is 25th in K rate. So they're striking out 25.4% of the time. Now you can see Skubal, he's doing phenomenal, but he's got a tough matchup. They're only striking out 19% of the time. Logan Henderson is getting a team that's striking out 25.4%, which ranks 25th. So definitely something to keep in mind when you're looking at props. But as far as the side, I don't like it. I do like his K prop, and I do like his pitching out prop because you can get some good alt lines there. This one, we're going to play Seattle -1.5. Why not? Chicago sucks. -1.5, -110. You can see here, Seattle's won 4 games in a row, 5-1, 6-1, 4-1, 5-1. Just lay the run in half, move on down the road. Don't worry about it. Chicago, there's nothing really scary here. Look, offensively, they've scored 1, 2, 3, 3, and 7. Or no, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1. And they've allowed 5, 6, 7, 13, and 7. Lay the run line, make it an auto play, kind of move on down the road. Bullpen-wise, Seattle's about 2 runs better, so don't really care about the starting pitcher. Looking over here at Bryce Wilson, though, one thing that did jump out at me is look at these hits allowed. 10 hits, 7 runs in his last road start. His prior road start was 5 hits, 1, but he's at home. So he's got 3, 9, 2, 1, 4, 3. So he's kind of all over the place, but right now, this lineup looks absolutely awful for the White Sox, so I'm just going to auto-play Seattle -1.5. It's -110. Why not? If I lose it, oh well, it's just a unit. We'll move on down the road. St. Louis, Detroit. This game is very interesting because Skubal is on the mound and Feddy's on the mound, so instantly I had wrote down Detroit first 5. Skubal has been absolute fire. But you look here, and what should jump out at you is Feddy's not terrible at 0.9 hits per innings pitched. And I wanted to come down and look at his recent starts. So he did 3 hits, no runs, 6 hits, no runs. It got beat up a little bit here and here, and then 6 hits, 1 run, and then no hits, no runs. So he's had some really good starts. So I decided to go ahead and stay away from this. 4.2 to 3.3, that means Detroit is a pretty heavy favorite. And you can see St. Louis, they've been kicking ass, basically. They've been putting up a lot of runs, so I wanted to stay away from that. But it is going to be an interesting game to look at. Philadelphia, Colorado, this one's stupid. It's like minus 280, I think. The play that I put out is taking Antonio Senzatella hits allowed, 5+, and then just taking the run line for Philadelphia. That gets you to minus 150. You can parlay that with anything else you want. You can parlay it with Atlanta or a prop and generate something good there. Everybody likes to play the Colorado games. Colorado, they're not really scary. Look how many runs they've scored. They did have this one 14-run game. Other than that, 3-0, 0-3, 1-1, and another 0. So now if Colorado does win this game, they are a big dog. It will go over. I do not think they can win the game and keep it under 10.5. I think that's impossible with their bullpen and the pitcher they have on the mound. So if you are going to sprinkle a little bit on a Colorado money line, parlay it with the over or just take 10+, and that'll probably pay you 4-1, 5-1, maybe even 6-1. But something to take a look at. Philly, lay the run and a half. Obvious, you can kind of look at this. Philly's red hot right now. Coming down here, Senzatella. He's another Colorado pitcher. Look at this. He's allowing a 378 average to opponent hitters. On the road, a 410 average, and at home, a 348 average. And that's through 43 innings already. He's allowing almost a 400 average. And then this bullpen ranks 26, ERA near 6, WHIP near 1.6, xFIP over 4, giving up almost 2 home runs per 9 innings, walking 3 1/3 per 9. Colorado's just not very good. Senzatella's hits allowed, look at these hits. 8, 9, 7, 8, 6, 9, 8. So you can get an alt of like 4+, 5+, which feels almost like a lock. And then 6+, you can get a really good line on and parlay that with something else. You can get 7+ at plus 105, or that's what it was at noon today on DK. And I mean, he's had 7+ hits in 6 of his last 7 starts. And even if you want to do his earned runs, 6, 4, 4, 4, 1, 4. He had one good start here. He only allowed 1, but look at this. 4+ earned runs in every other start. So that's just my opinion if you want to go that. Philly minus 1.5, Senzatella 5+ hits allowed minus 150. You can lower it up if you want to get closer to even money. Then this game, I'm going to do this game last because that's my favorite one. Dodgers, Arizona. This game is plus 195 Arizona. That is too good to pass up for me. I'm definitely not going to lay the 220, 225 on the Dodgers. I mean, the Dodgers have lost 4 games in a row. Arizona's won 4 of 5. They're playing really good right now. Power ranking wise, we have number 3 versus number 1. There's no reason to lay 2.2 to 1 on the Dodgers when you can get 2 to 1 on Arizona. The 2 pitchers, I'm just looking here at the hits per innings pitched. Kind of 1.00 is my number. So if Yamamoto's 0.72 and Nelson was, say, 1.3, I'd say, stay away from it. The line's good. But 0.57, that tells me, he's in the ballpark. Both teams here, you can see, basically they're scorching red hot, putting up a ton of numbers, ton of runs. Yamamoto's been good, but his last 2 starts, he allowed 4 hits, 3 runs, 6 hits, 5 runs. He's been walking a couple hitters a game. He did have a good start against Atlanta, good start against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh sucks. Texas isn't that good. Had a good start there. Good start against the Cubs. So he's done good. Struggled in his last 2, but I still think he'll have a good outing. The bullpen, when he leaves, ERA of 5. It's not as elite as it once was. Arizona's bullpen is definitely sliding. They're not as good. But Nelson, looking at him, he's only going to go a couple innings. You can see here he's kind of an opener, so he's going to go 3 innings, 2 innings, 4, 4, 2. but he's only allowed 2 runs, 0, 2 runs, 0, 1 run. So it's not great with the limited innings that he's tossed, but it's decent to keep him in the game. And if they get to Yamamoto and win this game, this one should also go over. So I would look at doing something with Arizona. You can even get plus money at plus 1.5. I think the shot play that I put, if you want something fun, you can get Arizona plus 2.5 runs and over an alt total of 8, and it's still like plus 155. So if you want to bet it, that's probably the way that I would go. And then my favorite game on the board is going to be the Angels. I was blown away. When I opened up the computer today and I saw this, I figured Angels, minus 125. They're plus 140. I'm like, how in the F is Oakland or Sacramento or whatever they're called now favored in this game? Like, I cannot believe. So they're like a minus 160, 170. I mean, look at this. They have lost 6 games in a row. They've only scored 3, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3 runs. Their bullpen ranks dead last. Over the last 2 weeks, it's 1-4 with an ERA over 9. It's walking almost 6 hitters per 9 innings, and they're favored. That's what blows my mind. I just cannot wrap my head around that. But the Angels, I mean, they're not a great team, but plus 140. I mean, this should be an even game. So I will definitely take plus 140 here. The Angels have won 4 games in a row, including the 4-3 win against Sacramento last night. And look at this. They swept the Dodgers in a 3-game series, 6-2, 11-9, 6-4. Wow. On the road, that is really good. So, hey, let's give them a shot here at plus 140. They do rank 5th in our power rankings. And over the last 2 weeks in WRC Plus, home runs, RBIs, and ISOs, they're 8th, 2nd, 6th, and 4th. Yeah, I'll take a shot there. Pitchers, we're going to look here at the hits per innings pitched and just get a quick total. To me, they're equal. Yeah, Gunner's a little worse at 1.08. Hendricks is 0.8. But to me, they're the same tier. Both bullpens. Neither one's amazing. They rank 28th and 30th. But right now, the Angels are the hotter team. They've got a mini win streak going. Slight edge to the pitcher. Both bullpens suck. Atlanta's offense stinks. Take the plus 140. You saw this the other day. We went with Washington plus 135, and this was the exact same scenario, and they came out and put up 9 or 10 runs or something crazy and won the game. Gunnar Hoagland, let's see what he's done. So he's got 3 starts. He did face the Dodgers. 7 hits, 4 runs. 5 hits, 2 runs. 6 hits, 1 runs. Allowing a 277 average, slightly better at home, but he's only got 16 innings, so he's not a great pitcher, and the bullpen's terrible. Kyle Hendricks, we at least know who he is. He is a decent pitcher that's had hundreds of innings throughout the years. He's always been around. This year in 41.2 innings, he's allowing a 227 average. Pretty solid. He doesn't strike out a lot of hitters. His K9 rate is only 5.4. He has an ERA near 5, but a 1.22 whip, he's average. I think he can hang in there. So looking at his recent starts, kind of all over the map here, but his last 3, he's went 6, 5, and 8.2 innings and allowed 5, 6, and 4 hits, 3, 3, 1 run. Not too bad. He did get lit up here. I don't know how you have 3 hits and 7 earned runs. Oh, he walked 5. Okay. So he got killed here, but I don't know. The plus 140, I love it. I can't wrap my head around why in the world Sacramento is favored, so we're going to go with that as one of our favorite bets. Some other bets that I did like that I came up with. Let's go over here and take a look at a few props. K-props, we talked about Logan Henderson, 5.5. I took the alt 5+. He's got 7 and 9 in his first 2 games. Skubals going up against St. Louis, who has a really low strikeout rate, but look at this, 11, 12, 8, 11 in his last 4 starts. He's on fire right now. 7.5 is a tough number. 7+ I prefer. Your earned runs allowed, you can take a look at. Your hits allowed, if you're looking for a parlay prop, I love doing hits allowed. So Senzatella is going to be the top one right here. So he's allowed 8, 9, 7, 8, 6, 9, and 8 runs, or hits. So definitely take a look at that one. I like doing the alt and mixing them together, and also not to record a win. You can see that is almost a lock every time. And some of those lines might be, minus 300, minus 400, minus 500. You mix 3 or 4 of those together, get it to plus money. It's a fun game to watch. What are the other ones we had? Pitching outs. I did a 3-leg pitching out parlay. And so I took Michael Lorenzen, who you can see here. He's got 22, 21, 17, 18. So I took him to go 15 out. So that's basically 5 innings. That feels pretty good. Decent matchup. It should be a low-scoring game. He should be able to get 5 innings. And then I took Logan Henderson. Let me find Logan Henderson here. He's went 15 and 18 pitching outs. I was going to take 15 plus. I really like that. But in case he does get into trouble, since he doesn't have a lot of experience, I got 12 plus minus 250. So I put 12 plus pitching outs for him. So for him just to get through 4 innings against a horrible Baltimore team should be pretty good. And then Yamamoto was my other one. Let me find him. Here we can see 18, 15, 18, 15, 21, 18, 18. He should go 18 pitching outs, which is 6 innings. That's pretty standard for Yamamoto. If his pitch count does get up or he gets in trouble, he should at least make it to 5 innings, which is 15 pitching outs. So I took Lorenzen 15 pitching, Logan 12, Yamamoto 15, and it paid plus 136 for those, so I didn't mind that. I also did a crazy one with a bunch of like 1 walk deals, but it's big and it's long. But anyways, that's what I got for today. Let's take a look at the NBA real quick and we'll wrap this up. I know this is a baseball one, so my favorite player prop to look at. And yes, if you were with us in NBA, and typically we did not have NBA playoff player logs, we do now. We got those about a week and a half ago, so that makes it a lot of fun. But Julius Randle, his points prop is my favorite one. You can see here he's got 29, 31, 24, 24 over his last 4 games. And in my Step 2 ladder challenge, I have Julius Randle 15 plus points. That was one of my favorite ones. But anyways, you can take 15 plus, 18 plus, 20 plus, or 20 and a half. I like all of those. That's worth a shot. The other one that jumped out at me is Chet Holmgren rebounds. You can see here this red. His rebound prop is 9.5, and he's got 11, 11, 8, 13, 16, and 11. So he should get in there and grab some boards today. I took 7 plus or 8 plus in my same game parlays, but those are my favorite 2 that I do like. And if you want to slap in Shai Alexander in there for 25 plus points, that'll get you about minus 115 for those 3. So you can do Randall 15 plus points. You can do Chet 7 plus rebounds, Shai 25 plus points, it's minus 115, and you can manipulate those, move it around. As far as the side, let me see what we have in here. So we have, where's my game log? Over here, so we've got take Minnesota plus 8 and over 216. So Vegas has this about 112, 104. We got it 112, 109. So our model says take Minnesota plus 8. I do like that. That's probably the way that I am going to lean. So anyways, hope you guys liked the video. Good luck. Go make some money.